Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy, and today I want to do a little follow-up video to my feeling like a failure. Now, when something happens to us and we feel like a failure, it can cause us to go to a really horrible feeling place, and we feel like we're stuck and we're never going to move beyond those feelings because it starts to consume our thoughts, and we can't kind of get over that hurdle of feeling like a failure. It's very hard to kind of climb over that fence and get to the other side. Now, you've got to find the ways that you can get to the other side. Now, I talk in my other video, when you're feeling like a failure, you don't have to stay stuck there. That's just a moment in time and a patchwork piece of your life that has happened. So you've got to kind of think of your life as a patchwork quilt. I often talk about this because things happen to us and then something happens to us down the track and we realize, looking back, why things have happened. Now, at the time, it can feel really horrible and consuming, and I know we've all had experiences where we felt like a real failure or things haven't worked out in our life, and it feels like we're just never going to be able to move beyond something really awful that has happened. And you might be completely innocent to the situation too. You might just be sort of the victim of something that somebody said, or something's panned out that you accidentally did. Things happen, and sometimes they just happen, and there's no reasons to why these things go on. But you've got to find a way to get clear of those awful feelings of feeling like a failure. So what you've got to do is reground yourself. So you've got to find the ways to make yourself feel strong again, because a failure doesn't define who you are as a person. Failures are just things that happen. There's mistakes that we all make in life, and sometimes they're not always our mistake, but it can often feel and look that way. So what you've got to do is know that that doesn't define you as a person. You're not your failure. It's something that's happened, and you have to move on from and learn from, and just not repeat the same thing again. So I see failures as learning curves. Often people that fail end up very successful, and that's a common story that we've all heard over time, is that people have to fail and get back up, fail and get back up, and then they succeed. Especially in the business world, you hear of this all the time. People who fail end up really succeeding in life, because that is what makes them stronger as a person, and it actually can make you more determined to succeed. So I don't want you to look at failure as a negative thing. I want you to start to look at feeling like a failure as a positive thing, because that's how you start to learn about who you are as a person and how you want to make your life go in a different direction. Yes, it can be a speed bump that we've got to get through to the other side, but there are ways of getting through these things as well when you're feeling really awful and stuck in that status quo of feeling like a failure. I just want you to know that you don't have to stay stuck there. This is a choice that you have to make now. You have to find that way of getting through these difficult times and these feelings of failing and getting to that other side. So look, please go and watch some of my other videos. I've got other ones on depression, anxiety, and other subjects kind of around this as well. If you're feeling in that really awful sort of headspace, I've got videos on how you can actually shift yourself into a better feeling place and starting to move your life forward and not staying stuck in that status quo and the awful situation that you might find yourself in. Yes, sometimes it can hurt and feel awful for a period of time, but how long are you going to hang on to it is the question. So when you fail in life, think of it as a learning curve. Think of it as just a stepping stone to making you reach where you need to be going, because you've got a choice to make now. You're either going to stay stuck in the feelings of failing, or you're going to lift yourself up and rise up and really prove to yourself that you've got this and that you can take things to the next level and you can become a success. So don't stay stuck in feeling like a failure. You start moving your life forward and getting really, get going and get really headstrong in knowing what you want and knowing that you can change these feelings and emotions inside of you. So look, please, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate that. Like I said, I've got many other videos on there. And hit that like button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.